Time now for your forewarned weather with Cedric Haynes.
All right, happy Monday, everyone. Let's get you out the door for the week here. So take a look at your weather headlines. Sunny and warmer weather to kick off the work week here for us, at least for the majority of us. There is a chance of an isolated downpour, too, primarily over the higher terrain, just because we have such warm air and we've got a little bit of residual moisture left over. The big story, though, as we go throughout the week, we're going to be cranking up the heat. Now, as we go throughout the first half of the week, yeah, it's going to be hot. But it gets even hotter as we get towards the second half of the week into the weekend. Along with that, it gets drier. That means we're going to be talking about a critical fire concern, especially across central and southern sections of the state by the end of the week heading into the weekend. So if you have any outdoor plans, you're going to be doing some recreating outside, this is something that you're going to want to keep in mind. Obviously, conditions around here, can get dry and dangerous very quickly. So as we look at the temperatures out there this morning, we've got 40s up towards Cache Valley. Same thing for Southwest Wyoming and the Wasatch back. Everyone else, though, in the 50s, 60s, and even some low 70s across the far south as we kick off the day. Let's talk about your forecast this afternoon because we're going to climb near 90 up towards Cache Valley today. Low 90s along the Wasatch Front. The Uintas will be in the upper 80s and we'll be in the 80s, 90s, and yes, even a couple of triple digits across the south. Here's a closer inspection of some of those numbers. About 80 today in Evanston, but as you get over towards Manila, about 81 degrees expected there. 88 in Tooele, but 80 degrees expected in Park Valley. As we go down towards Oak City, how about 93 for your high for this afternoon, 95 in Castledale, 95 in the Green River area, and then notice around Torrey we're looking at about 82 degrees for a high temperature, 87 in Escalante, but 95 degrees expected this afternoon over towards Lake Powell, about 81 degrees in Monticello, 87 in Parowan, and about 100 degrees in St. George. So along with the heat, we've got to also be concerned about that sunscreen because, folks, the UV index is expected to be between about 10 as you get towards 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. So during the peak heating of the day, if you can limit your time outside or make sure you lather on that sunscreen because, again, you're going to need that sunscreen SPF 30 or greater or your burn time is less than 15 minutes. Not very pleasant, so make sure you keep that in mind. Here's a look at the weather map. Quiet conditions out there across the Beehive State to kick off the day this morning. High pressure, the big blue H, pretty much the dominant feature across the western half of the country, and that's going to mean quiet conditions. Any real stormy weather is going to be down to our south and east. And there's just a chance of an isolated pop-up storm or two across the Beehive State today. But again, I want to stress this is going to mainly be in the higher terrain, so the majority of us will stay dry with lots of sunshine. Here's Futurecast, and you can see as we go into this afternoon, notice one or two hit-or-miss showers and downpours popping up. Best chance across the central and southern mountains, but again, that chance is still fairly low for most of us. And then as we go into your Tuesday and Wednesday afternoon, we're going to repeat that pattern, but we'll probably add in a slight chance of a pop-up shower across the northern half of the state just because there's a weak disturbance that's going to be moving by to the north. So that may just give us a little bit more moisture. But the overall theme, no doubt about it, is this high-pressure ridge. Right now it's centered in a way that, yeah, we're going to see hot temperatures to kick off the week, but the hotter temperatures are going to be off to our north and west. But this high-pressure ridge is going to slide south and east as we get throughout later this week. That'll mean a southwesterly flow, and that will bring in hotter conditions out there. So, again, to beat the heat, stay hydrated throughout the day because obviously thirst is the first sign of dehydration. But more importantly, with that dry southwesterly flow, that's going to mean an elevated fire risk for us here, and that means critical fire conditions will be likely with warm temperatures, low humidity levels, dry vegetation, and gusty southwest winds. Yeah, that's critical. That means that any fires that start can spread quickly, and that will be a concern for us. So St. George, no rain in your forecast really, just a very slight chance of a pop-up shower in the higher terrain. But again, look at those temperatures, 100 to 105 through the end of the week and into the weekend. Pretty easy to summarize that forecast. Hot. The Wasatch Front, low 90s, turning into the mid to upper 90s by the weekend as we get hotter temperatures moving in with just a pop-up shower chance over the next few days.